All right, I don't remember where we were on that one. What we're trying to accomplish here, a lot of people ask me, why are you doing this? It's funny, my dad asked me that when we were getting started. Why are we doing this? I'm Eric Langers. I own and operate Six Stone Creek Farm. I guess I'm the farmer. Be surprised, but it's working. Grew up on this land. My children are the third generation. When I was a kid, we used to breed and raise horses and cattle here on this land, and I really enjoyed that. When I was a kid, I had a garden. There was nothing that was more meaningful to me than sitting down at the table with my four brothers and sisters and my parents, and us having a meal that originated completely from the farm. When we're processing chickens or putting up chickens or washing eggs, I think about that. Like, I wonder what family is going to wind up with this chicken, and this egg, is it going to be made for a spouse when they're headed off to work, or is it going to be given to a kid before they head to school or to summer camp or something now? It is really touching to me to think that a family is going to get together at Thanksgiving and they're all going to sit around and say grace, hopefully, and eat a turkey that was raised by us here on this farm, and hopefully we bring joy and some family unity to other people. We'll have one at our table, of course, or maybe two. Yeah, it's a really cool thing to think of, I know when I eat food that's grown on this land, that is raised naturally outside in the light, you feel it in your body. Like there's a difference between just eating a donut or something and like, that tastes good. You kind of get that afterwards, And then when you eat something that your body just, like, that it was wholesome. I get that when I eat the food that we grow here. This one's not quite 2 months old. We gave some eggs to a kindergarten class in Pineville, North Carolina, and they incubated them. And then after the chicks hatched and the kids got their fill of holding the little chicks, they gave them back to us. So they'll be the same size as the laying hens over there. I grew up farming. I grew up with neighbors who are farmers. We did it with my family. I take for granted that people don't know where their food comes from, and it's no fault of theirs, it's exposure. Secondary to having good products and good food, helping people to understand how it comes together and what the alternatives are, and have the knowledge so you can choose what suits you and your family better. All of my kids are a part of the farm. I've got 6 children, 5 boys and a girl. They all have their place in a different way. Some have grown up, moved on. I have a son in the Marine Corps and one that lives in Charleston, but they still come home all the time and help out. One of us has to rinse out this tank, and the other 2 of us have to finish feeding the laying hens. So who wants to do what?
You guys gathered?
Yeah, all the eggs are gathered. All we got to do is throw them for feed. They're a part of it. They're a part of the land and a part of the animals and a part of producing it. Another important thing to me is that my kids know how to do things. My son, when he was 12 years old, sorry, he built this bench I'm sitting in. Not only am I giving him the gift of knowing how to live on the land, but they also have this whole other understanding of things that they'll carry with them, whether they go into farming or not. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. It's when they wake up in the morning, they say, "Dad, what are we going to do today?" It's nice to sit around a cup of coffee and decide how we're going to lay out the day. You know, those are some really special times for me. I hope when I'm dead and gone, there's one or two of them that in some way or another are here doing something with the farm. I believe that each of them in their own way will carry on the legacy of producing food in one way or another. Now, the chickens know when we're getting ready to move these houses.
Yeah.
See how they're all gathering up there?
Yep.
They're ready for the fresh grass and bugs. Mark, go to the other side. This one's kind of hokey. Isaac, this is the first time moving these. You might have to stop and start a few times. Come on. Come on, come on. Berkeley, come on. Good boy. Push him up, come here, push him up. This whole field used to be woods, so we cleared it during COVID, and we don't use synthetic fertilizers and things like that, or weed killers or anything. So you can see there's some bare spots in the pasture. It's starting to grow in, but moving the chicken houses around is really what's bringing the balance together in the soil, and in the long run, we'll build in the lush green grass. So we're well on our way, but it's still going to take some more time before all the bare spots are closed in and we've got a good, strong pasture. Cooper was born last Thursday, and his mom abandoned him. He's definitely the weaker. He's a twin. He was a weaker of the two and kind of a rut. He doesn't have a real good coat, so we've been bottle feeding him. But he's doing well now. We almost lost him. The farmers that are growing the food that's at the grocery stores and everything, they're doing the best they can, and they're feeding America. But there are other ways to do it, and I have a lot of respect for them, but there are alternatives, and there are other things that we can do, other things we can try, and that's what we're doing here. We're trying to do it clean, close to the earth. I always say we raise animals the way God intended them to grow, and that's my objective. On God's timetable and nature's timetable, the animals are healthy. They never see any antibiotics. When you don't force it, you get good, happy, healthy animals, and you don't have to use all that other stuff. No, I don't think so.